Should have brought a cart.
What are you doing, Aloy? This path leads to the cut. The Banuk have nothing to offer besides useless mysticism. The Eclipse won't stand idle while you waste time playing in the snow. Return to your task.
Surprised you're still checking up on me. I thought you had moved on.
Well, forgive me for still being concerned with the fate of the world.
I was thinking, Banuk shamans thread blue cables through their skin, right? Kind of like someone else we know, huh? So maybe the real reason you want me to stay clear of the Banuk is to stay clear of your past.
It's not the past that concerns me, Aloy. It's the future. Or possible lack thereof. Which is why you should stop prattling and get back to what matters. But as usual, you'll do as you wish.
Touchy. This one's a new predator. I can see the heat coming off it. You're not gonna be the one to stop me. These will keep. Okay, that's a welcome, I guess. Feels like if I blink, my eyes will freeze shut.
Ha! You sure you'll be warm enough up here, Nora?
I've worked up a sweat from the climb.
You made it to the cut, Outlander.
Not that you'll stay long.
This is Song's Edge, biggest settlement in the cut.
Smoke rising from the mountain. And the village, too. What's it for?
Young hunters have learned a lesson from Thunder's drum. Sometimes, loss is the price of survival. The smoke from the mountain is worse today. A bad omen for the ritual.
May the songs of the lost echo eternal. To be Banuk is to know that death may rise up to meet you at any moment. Trust that our hunters knew this. Who knows better how to lead than Aratak? We must put our faith in him.
How are we to trust the chieftain after so many died under his command? Our shaman has abandoned us. Our chieftain has led our best to their deaths. Where should we find hope now?
If Aratak means to go back to the mountain, then I will stand with him. We haven't lost this many hunters since the war with the Carja.
Must be something big going on. Most of the village is moving towards that smoke.
Trust Araya, they say. She'll return to us, they say. And yet here we are, waiting.
In times like these, we must not forget the importance of ceremony. You died on Thunder's drum. Your songs will not be forgotten. Rhea's been gone a long time, but she will return. I must believe she will return.
Chieftain has led our best to their deaths. Where should we find hope now?
I do not think...
Get ready for a rare sight, Nora. Bergrand, purveyor of necessities. Most of the time, the Banuk burn their dead, but not today.
Because the bodies couldn't be recovered.
Aye, a nasty business. All their best warriors lost. So they're getting a different kind of send-off.
Grasp your grief, my hunters, and kill it! For our kin sees the fate all Banuk long for. Falling with their spears striking steel. Their struggle is over now. You have witnessed their spirits rise up into the blue sky and beyond to the blue light. But our struggle is only beginning. Soon, we will again take up the hunt against the daemon that frenzies the machines against us. And so I ask you, can you summon the courage of our fallen kin? Will you fight and die as well as they did?
My courage! My spear!
Our blood is in your teeth, Aratak!
We are Banuk. Our enemies. Our prey.
The daemon. That frenzies the machines.
Machines that wiped out their best. And what do they want to do? Go back up there. Fools. A little advice. For free.
Aloy.
Aloy. I've been up here for 2 long winters, and I still can't make sense of the Banuk. Take this ruckus. It started with one of their shamans, Ourea, spouting on about spirits and daemons up on Thunder's drum. So they march their Warwick up there, and half of them get slaughtered by machines. When Ourea vanished, I thought the crazy might have gone with her, but no. Here's Big Aratak, gearing them up to do it all over again.
What is it about the Banuk you can't make sense of?
Well, Everything's a test to them, a hardship to endure, a challenge to survive.
Seems like they don't have much of a choice in a place like this.
Yeah, a land cold enough to crack teeth, filled with wild animals. You think they'd accept a little reasonably priced aid? Don't believe me, I've tried to convince them. But a Banuk with nothing left to prove might just lie down and die.
And Ourea is the one who spoke about this daemon?
That's right. Told Aratak and the others that it lives up on Thunder's drum. And they believed her.
But you don't.
Look, I don't know what Ourea found up there. A shaman's not going to talk to an outlander. The machines in the cut are getting more vicious, that's a fact. It could be because of the daemon, or it could be because they all got indigestion, for all I know. But Ourea's not around to explain. She took off, and no one knows why.
And Ourea...
That's right. Told Aratak and the others that it lives up on Thunder's drum. And they believed her.
But you don't.
Look, I don't. The machines in the cut. Or it could be because they all got... But Ourea's not around.
Is Aratak a renowned warrior around here?
He's a Werik chieftain. His voice carries a lot of respect. Not that you hear much of it. Man talks about as much as a dead fish. But when he and Ourea came to town with their Werik, it drew more Banuk to this little burg than I'd ever seen. Know what else I saw, Aloy? My own little trade route, stretching all the way back to the claim. Then, he goes and leads them off to their death at the claws of angry machines. So much for my best customers.
What are these Weriks about, Bergrand? Some sort of tribe within the tribe?
Not like our clans back home. You don't get born into these things. They hold tryouts. Prove your best at something and you might get a place. Some Weriks come and go. Some last as long as Melon. The whole Banuk territory, Banur, is just a bunch of the biggest, oldest Weriks.
I'm not sure if I'm less confused or more confused.
Well, here's the sure thing. Each Werik has a chieftain and a shaman. They make the decisions. All well and good, except the chieftains are hard-headed, and the shamans have their heads in the clouds.
What are these Weriks about, Bergrand? Some sort of tribe within the tribe?
Not like our clans back home. You don't get born into these things. Prove your best at something and you... Some Weriks come and go. Some. The whole Banuk territory, Banur, is just a bunch of the biggest, oldest Weriks.
I'm not sure if I'm less confused or more confused.
Well, all well and good, except the chieftains are...
You said you've lived out here for 2 winters?
Aye. Back home, some fur traders told me about this steel-forsaken heap of tents. Good location. Ripe for change. We were barely scraping by until this place started filling up for Ourea. A great prophet is coming, they said. I heard prophet. Honest mistake. Not that the Banuk are stingy, they just prefer to keep trade among themselves. We could get through to enough of them. We could really put this place on the map. Or at least on a map.
We?
Me and my daughter. My assistant, Varja. My assistant and my daughter. We seem to get along better as business partners. Her mother wanted me to show her a trade. She started tinkering with weapons. Say, when you need a break from this Banuk carry-on, stop in and see her. You're both, how do I put it,
Women?
No, independent. Look for her at Long Notch, the easternmost Banuk camp.
We?
Me and my... Say, when you need a break...
Women?
No. Independent. Look for her at Long Notch, the easternmost Banuk camp.
Have you ever heard of a man named Silence? Tall, deadly serious, cables in his skin? Like a shaman?
I've heard that name once or twice, but always whispered. Like some boogeyman the Banuk want to forget. I'm not sure what went down, but I got the impression he messed with the Conclave. Or they messed with him.
Conclave?
All the most important shamans gather in Banur from time to time to keep up with the latest mumbo-jumbo. No idea how they all fit into one tent without those crazy headdresses getting locked up on each other. Araya's been to that shindig, but when I asked her what it's like, she just gave me a dirty look. So if you want to know more, you'll have to find her. And make her like you, I guess. Good luck.
I want to know more about this Daemon.
It's crazy talk, Aloy.
Or there's something to it. Something connected to how the machines behave.
Then you need to find Araya. She was last seen headed for the mountains they call the Ice Rafts. I've heard only the shamans know the trail beyond those frozen peaks. But I do know where you could find her apprentice, Naltuk. He went north of the river, chasing rumors.
Rumors?
Not the good kind. Sudden attacks in the snow. Strange new structures. Some say a new machine, like no one's seen before.
Well, now I'm definitely interested. Thanks for the talk, Bergrand.
Don't mention it.
I wonder if Aratak could tell me more about Araya or Thunder's Drum.
She follows behind
Maybe
no
worth a
other.
shot.
Sakuli thinks she's so clever.
About that...
For you, I'll give it twice. But next...
See you around, Bergrand.
Hope so.
They say bandits have made camp in the cut. We do well to stay vigilant. She's a strange one, that Sakuli. But no one can deny her skill.
We should not pile his father's guilt onto the new Karja King's shoulders. These are different times.
It's not just old machines that have fallen under the Daemon's sway. The Cauldron vomits out new horrors as well. You've survived another day, I see.
Oh, an outlander. Not many of you in the cut, not since the war. Deep in, silenced by rising waters. No more music. Blood's out of that. Water lapping on old stone. That's the sound to sleep to, not live to. Oh, I'm glad my father isn't around. It would torment him to see his legacy drown.
I had a dream. Covered the whole world.
Foolish hunters equip cheap bows and shoddy spears, then act surprised when the hunt eludes them.
None of us want to hear this talk from you again. Doubt is heavier than a week's snow.
Forgive me, my chieftain. We will be ready for the next attempt.
But this will not be an attempt. It must be done. Do you understand?
My chieftain.
Good. Outlander, I suppose you wish to speak?
Araya knows about this Daemon. Where would I talk to her?
She does a shaman's work. That is not for the eyes and ears of others. Certainly not an Outlander's.
This Daemon you talked about?
If you are hardy enough, you can venture out and see the signs yourself. It has changed the machines, made them fiercer, stronger.
But what is it?
A matter for the shamans to debate.
Did your Warwick come from this place?
No, we rallied most of our hunters from across Banur to face the threat of the demon. But I was born here, and stayed to fight the Carja when others retreated into the mountains. A few of my old warriors remained with me, those who survived.
You're set on going back to the mountain?
I have put my word to it.
Even with the risks being so great?
The risk of what? Death? It would be a worse fate to bow our heads to the challenge and say too much.
There are other Weraks in Song's Edge too?
Yes. The village has its own life for all Banuk who need trade or shelter. After the war ended, it sprang up from what was once a campsite, quick as the bloom between frosts. Perhaps it will last until the Carja seek war again.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Good. I prefer deeds to words.
Right.
Here's to the hunt.
Someone has to do something about those bandits at Stone Yield. I've no interest in the frozen tallneck. Living machines are what's important to the hunt.
After all the Mad Sun King put us through, we were meant to trust the Carja now?
Hunt well, Outlander.
I...
You seem sad, stranger. I heard you mention a flood?
Yes. A sudden deluge, without rain or melt to explain it. I'm Laolai, the drummer of Deep Din. Or at least I was, until it disappeared under the waters.
Deep Din. What's that?
A hollow, carved out by the Old Ones. A chamber, a basin, and a musical instrument all at once. My life, my calling. I'd explain it by playing for you if I could. But its pipes are deep under the water now.
So Deep Din is a place, and a musical instrument?
Yes. Pipes that carry a perfect tone beneath a sonorous basin. A wondrous edifice the Old Ones used to carry music far and wide. During the war, my father played the pipes to rally the Banuk against the Carja. I'm the drummer now. But our battles are few and far between. Mostly I play for the joy of it. Or to remember my family. Of course, if the waters don't recede, what's the point of joy? Or remembering?
So the waters came fast.
One day it was dry. The next, the nearby river had risen and the entire basin was flooded. I don't understand it. There was no rain, not even any clouds, and yet the river rose higher than I'd ever seen it. And there it remains.
A flood without rain. That is strange. Where is this place? I'll have a look if I'm in the area.
Just northwest of here. Look all you like, but I don't see what good it'll do. The floodwaters aren't going anywhere. How does one ask a river to relent? Some don't care for the sound of the din.
I need to get going.
Yes, yes.
Seguli's painting.
progresses, I see.
Don't take for granted that the Wereck needs you. Prove to them that they do.
Your song has kept me company in your absence.
Deep din, silenced by rising waters.
Remember, Banukai, when the old ones were fresh in their graves and our numbers were still small. It was she who led us through the frozen wastes. We also remember the ravenous tribe, who delighted in sucking the marrow from our broken bones. Everywhere Banukai and her Wereck fled, the ravenous tribe were never far behind. Seeking a way to defeat them, Banukai went into the wastes and let the wind whip her cheeks. And when the cold brought sleep, she dreamt of light. She saw it behind the world, a great calming sheet of icy blue. And she saw something new. Herds of machines, each filled with the same blue light. When she woke, she knew which star to follow. She walked for many days and nights until she arrived at a temple built from sparkling ice. At the gates of the temple, she was met by the machines from her dream, who bowed to her as she entered. Inside, Banukai discovered the blue light bubbling from a hole in the snowy earth like a spring. You bid me come, she said.
We've never faced anything
My
like
people
the
need
machines
aid.
that guard Thunder's drum.
Will you provide it? The machines whispered to Banukai. We go where the light goes.
But they are among
we
the
are
most
its
formidable.
chosen vessels. There is darkness in your heart. It cannot hold the light.
We will not
for
bow.
long. Carry it to your people if you must. But the cost will be great. Banukai waded into the pool. The light reared like a nest of snakes and struck Banu Kai, piercing her skin, filling her up. Banu Kai did not scream, though she was in agony. Banu Kai did not collapse, though her limbs shook. She climbed from the pool and carried the light inside her. She marched toward home, and the machines marched behind her. As she walked, the light struggled to push its way out of her, but the machines were there to aid her. She sewed her body shut with their cables, patched herself with their metal, and kept the light within. When she arrived, the forces of the Ravnus tribe had surrounded the camp. Although the light had left her with 1,000 wounds, Banu Kai charged. And because she held the light, the machines followed. The Ravnus tribe killed many, but those in camp rushed to join the battle. They gathered pieces of the fallen machines and from them fashioned weapons. And it was with these that Banu Kai's people repaid the suffering the Ravnus tribe had wrought upon them. When quiet descended, Banu Kai finally fell. The machines bowed their heads, and her Werak wept. The light she'd held within her drifted from her wounds and rose to the sky. And for just a moment, before life left her, Banu Kai knew the truth of the blue light. And she felt peace. We remember Banu Kai. The first to crawl from the cave beneath the world. Brought the machines to us. When we speak the name of our tribe, we remember her. And we will not forget.
Further south than the Graveport. In the old days, the Mad Sun King made doing so impossible. If you are very still and very observant, you will see the blue light in every sheet of ice.
Don't let the others intimidate you, Outlander. If the Banuk cannot tolerate outsiders, we don't deserve to survive. I'll give this to the Osram. Whatever they do with passion.
Just a week ago, I saw a Karja sightseeing expedition staring slack-jawed at the frozen Tomek.
So, machines in the south suffer their own sort of corruption. I wonder what sort of challenge they present.
Quite a view you've got up here.
It's a useful perspective. How fleeting we are when the world is so wide. From up here, you can see how the light paints across the land. Ever-changing. That's a lesson. All our marks will pass.
That outlook sounds a little depressing for a painter.
Haven't met many artists, have you? Song's Edge needs new stories. I scrubbed its past off this rock to start anew. But a new start needs new colors. Fresh pigments. Like none have seen.
Have you always been a painter?
I've always painted. But I wasn't a painter until I was driven out of Ban-Ur. Up there, the markings are eternal. They paint over the same lines, the same colors, over and over. As a child, I learned from copying them. As I grew, my heart sank at the familiarity. All of us Banuk might as well be trapped in glacier ice. We have the look of life, but never really moving.
These pigments you want. Where should I look for them?
Salts gather at the edges of geysers and hot pools. Crystals cling to the rocks and cliffs.
The Banuk rock paintings are impressive, but,
You want to know what they mean. That's not the right question, but I'll answer anyway. Some are called to the machines. The sacred shapes you see on metal casings, or on a cauldron door.
Do the machines listen to the call?
I don't know. Others, like mine, are called to the tribe. You could say inspiration or prophecy. And sometimes even men listen, if the painting is loud enough.
I'll see what I can find for you.
Seek out the vibrant ones. A spring of sudden color among snow or rock or metal. That's its own reward. But I'd reward you as well.
When the old ones were fresh in their graves and... numbers were still small. It was she who led us through the frozen wastes. We also remember the ravenous tribe, who delighted...
No more music.
Keep your spear sharp.
Blood saw to that.
Is there no end? Daemon is willing to commit against us.
Pleasant days.
The markings of a daemon don't scare me. I didn't become a hunter just to run from a challenge.
Do not harvest as the other tribes harvest. Show respect for the machines who died so we might live. I speak for the spirits. He who ignores the spirits, I can taste them.
I mourn the machines who've been enslaved.
Okay, if I want to learn more about how this daemon affects the machines, I've got to find Maria. And to do that, I need to talk to her apprentice, who followed the river north.
Outlander, wait a moment.
I saw the frozen tome of many years.
That weapon of yours, Outlander, that spear. I can see the blue light upon it.
This? It was made by an acquaintance of mine.
Ah, a shaman.
No. More of a tinker?
A tinker does not understand the spark in the metal, the song in the metal like this. But it could be improved upon, modified with the help of the old ones. Far north of here there is a cave, a shaft in the snow. Within it is a nest of metal birds. Find a bird that hasn't been stripped by shamans past. Look for a rail inside it, the length of your spear. That's all I can tell you.
Get a rail from some metal birds in a cave. Sounds perfectly normal.
Remember what I said, but tell no one.
To become a bandit is to admit you don't possess the skill to survive without theft and murder.
Not bad. This would make a fine pair of trousers.
What did I do wrong this time? No hunter will want to wear these colors.
Any news from the hunt?
The herd isn't roaming far from the camp.
Keeping together this time.
Then we wait. But I bet we'll see a stray.
All right, I'll keep watch tonight.
Got one. This scrapes. Outlanders. Carja Outlanders.
Prince Edaman has returned to Meridian. I fear what Sunfall may do to retaliate.
May the sun grant you a portion of its wisdom, young huntress.
What brings you Carja so far from your home?
There's good machine hunting in the cut. Danger, too. Some have a taste for both, and they pay people like me well to guide them.
We've had a bad run this time, even after I brought this priest along to read the signs.
I did say the sun's light was cast quite red the night of the...
Not your concern, though, Huntress. May your arrows find their mark.
Oh, I had enough of work.
You're a long way from home, too. Watch your back out there.
My bones are tired. I've
Well,
been working
don't you
too
seem
damn hard.
fresh-faced
and ready for anything.
I hate this weather.
I have nothing for you, I'm afraid. Don't care what other tribes do, but I'll just mind my own.
Prince Eaterman is a lot.
Fresh as it comes. Bergren said Araya's apprentice went north of the river. Hopefully not too far. What did it take to knock one of those over? They're built to last. Encased in ice. Scavengers have just been started. Very cold. I get it. last of this. Looks like the scavengers ripped out 3 major parts. If I could bring them back, maybe I could even reactivate it. Get at what's inside its head. No room. Lucky me. careful. This tonic part's still in one piece. Calm, calm. Going down fast. This'll do. One of the tall next parts. It's heavy. That's it. I'm already gone. Heart seems intact. Tailnecks are built tough. The Banuk were protecting it. This tall neck was probably holy to them. Well, that fits. Sure hope it works. Well, it's in better shape than it was. Okay, if I'm right, I just need to get the power flowing through it again. And if I'm wrong, then at least no one's watching. Jolt should wake you up. Easy now. Easy! Right, it's never easy. Now I need to climb that tall neck again. I'll need to find higher ground. I should be able to jump onto the tall neck from here. Saw me. Here we go. I can't feel much of anything in this. All right. Now I just have to reach its head. Bergren said Rhea's apprentice went north of the river. Hopefully not too far.
I like to pace myself, and right now the pace is slow.
Why'd he try to kill the Sun King?